Shubhodayam. Welcome all to the 7th batch of certificate course on Sanatan Dharma, organized by Veda Samskriti Samiti in association with Visva Yoga Vidyapit. Today we'll be again continuing with the Sanatan Dharma and Shodas Sanskaras by Dr. Visalakshi Garu. We'll start the day with Vande Matram by Venkatnarayan Garu.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Suphalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Shamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनीं फुल्लकुसुमितद्रुमदलशोभिनीं सुहासिनीं सुमधुरभाषिणीं सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम्.
Vande Matram. ధన్యవాదాలు వెంకటనారాయణ గారు. Now I request Padmaji Garu to do the Pradhana.
We'll start with 1 minute meditation and 3 times Omkaram. Om. 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 ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनाम् उपमस्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती दीनामवित्र्यवतु। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरो मां पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। మాతృదేవో భవ పితృదేవో భవ ఆచార్యదేవో భవ అతిథిదేవో భవ. ఓం సహనావవతు సహనౌ భునక్తు సహ వీర్యం కరవావహై తేజస్వినావధీతమస్తు మా విద్విషావహై. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. హరి ఓం. శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం.
గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం. ధన్యవాదాలు పద్మజ గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ ది ప్రార్థన. నౌ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ విశాలాక్షి గారు to continue with the webinar, please.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. ఓం నమః శివాయ. యో దేవః సవితాస్మాకం ధియో ధర్మాదిగోచరాః ప్రేరయేత్ భర్గయత్తస్య తద్వరేణ్యముపాస్మహే. We are learning about Shodasa Samskaras, and there we started Upanayana Samskara and learnt a few points. Now Upanayana Samskara I am continuing again. We stopped at the point where the Guru, the priest and father together, they hand over the protection of Vatu to different gods. So there at that point we stopped yesterday. So they handed over the Vatu's hand is handed over to gods Prajapati, Agni Deva, Surya Deva, Chandra Deva, then Saraswati Devi, Mritu Devata, Yama Deva, Yama, and then Jalathi Devata, Varuna Deva, Oshathi Devata, and Bhumata. Antetu Sarvamantranam Hastagrahanamishyate Devatabhyah Paridanam Rakshanaya Pruthak Pruthak. So separately they hand over to all these gods. So then onwards they start taking care of this Vatu. When Shubha Muhurta is approaching, the priest again prays Navagraha Devatas. So many mantra slokas are there, Navagraha, 9 slokas are there. Only one just I will give you. త్రివేదమూర్తిర్ జగదేక చక్షుషః విరించి నారాయణ శంభురూపః ప్రభాకరః శోభన హేతుభూతోః వటుం చతుర్వేద పటుం కరోతు. Thus this Vatum Chaturveda Patum Karotu. May these gods make this Vatu well versed in all 4 Vedas. So thus with this uttering they hand over. And also they pray all the Navagraha Devatas for the well-being and also for the blessings of all the gods to this Brahmachari. When Sumuhurta is approaching, the priest recites Lagnastaka mantras. 8 mantras are there at the time of Lagna, Muhurta. But only one I will recite, remaining all other are there. If you are interested, you can get through the Shastras. Sumuhurta kale atmana samepamanayati Lagnastaka pathanam kuryat churnan patitva. That churna is there, churnika we say, and then Lagnastaka 8 sloka mantras are there. So for Upanayanam, Muhurta Bala is very important rather than for the marriages or any other sacraments. So for performing any auspicious occasion, for example, especially for marriage, we see Subha Muhurta. Muhurta relevant to both Vara and Vatu. For all other samskaras, mostly they see Subha Muhurta to that boy or girl and the father. Now for this Upanayana also for the Vatu and father, but this Muhurta is very much needed. It should be very strong and strengthy Muhurta. So after when that Muhurta is fixed, exactly on that Muhurta time only, seeing the hours, minutes and even seconds, that Shubha Muhurta when that exactly comes at that time, Jeelakarra Bellam, we say Jeera Jagari paste, that should be kept over the head of this Vatu. Even for that, Supha Muhurta is to be seen. Just as for marriage, that Jeera Jagari paste, keeping both, that itself is, in fact, the marriage later, other process takes place. So exactly this Jeera Jagari paste would be kept on a betel leaf, Tamalapaku as we say, and put over the Brahmaranthra, exactly this Madu as we say, at that place of Vatu. That mixture of Jeera Jagari has the power to bring the favor of all Devatas, Anugraha. It has the capacity to remove the defects of the body, if at all they there in that body. And this Jeera Jagari paste never allows old age to approach this Vatu. So for long life, he can be very enthusiastic and healthy as a youth. So na jara vidyate yasmat. Jara will not be there. That is why it is called as Jeelakarra. Jeera, we say. Always creates enthusiasm and spirit and interest in that person and purifies the blood of that boy. So it creates auspiciousness and pious ideas would come in the mind. So by keeping this Jeera Jagari mixture on the Brahmarantra, the petals of that Sahasrara Kamala, they would be blooming. So that Sahasrara Chakra, the petals, they formerly that would be like a bud. When this Jeera Jagari paste is kept there, that bud, the petals would get spread. So it blooms just as the Kamala, a lotus flower blooms, that Sahasrara Chakra also blooms. In Yoga Sadhana, Kundalini Vidya, we say Kundalini Shakti is opened at Mooladhara Chakra, the place where we sit. Exactly, when we sit on ground or on plank of wood, wooden plank, the place where we are sitting, there Mooladhara Chakra exists. It crawls up due to the sadhana, and sadhana in a different manner, Kundalini awakening process, Yoga Vidya, Ashtanga Yoga, or any sort of sadhana, mantra japa also, that Kundalini Shakti, which is like a serpent sleeping in three rows, that suddenly wakes up, just as the serpent rises the head hood. Similarly, and that Kundalini power starts crawling, it crawls and then goes up while passing through the other chakras, Swathistana, Manipura, Anahata, Visuddhi, then Ajna Chakra. The moment it crosses till Ajna Chakra, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna, the main three nerves, lakhs of nerves are there in our body. Out of them, 72,000 are considered to be very great. Prashnopanishad says that 101 nadis are most important. Out of 101, these three nadis, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna, are very important. Out of these three also, Sushumna nadi is the main nerve, which connects directly with the Paramatma from of this Jiva, from this body. So at the backbone and from the middle part of our body, it crosses. Then Ida, Pingala, Sushumna would be growing, coming up, crawling, but till Ajna Chakra they come. At Ajna Chakra, Ida and Pingala nadis would stop there. Only Sushumna nadi got the power due to sadhana only to reach and touch the feet of Parvati, Parameswara or Ishtadeva, whomever we are adoring, that God would be residing on the seat of the Sahasrara Kamala, that 1,000 petals lotus flower. The moment from Ajna Chakra, that Kundalini Shakti, that by Yoga Sadhana touches the feet of that Paramatma, Ishtadevata, as if the water is overflowing from the fountain, a sort of immense bliss, unimaginable, unexpressible bliss overflows and drenches completely all the nerves of that sadhaka. Then he experiences such happiness that is not happiness, bliss. We say pleasures, happiness and bliss. Bliss is the Brahmananda. That Anubhava, that itself is Brahmananda. So when the yogis experience that even for 1 minute or 1 second or even fraction of second, they again want to experience that, and so they do these sadhanas. So at that Sahasrara Chakra, Paramatma resides there. Then the unimaginable, indescribable bliss that makes the sadhaka become one with, united. He gets united with Paramatma, Brahman, Brahmajnana. So at that condition, the yogi would be overwhelmed with bliss and joy and happiness. So now Brahmopadesha Muhurta comes after keeping this Jira Jagari paste. Another important incident is, that is the occasion is of Brahmopadesha, Brahma Upadesha. Among Saptakoti Mahamantras, 7 crores of mantras are there, but this Gayatri mantra is considered to be the best and most powerful among all these mantras. So it is called as Mahodkrishta Mahamantra, Gayatri mantra. Because in other mantras there are some bijaksharas, 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe, but in this Gayatri mantra 24 letters are there. All 24 letters are considered to be bijaksharas only. So such a sort of power has come to this mantra. This is called as Tripada, Chaturvimsati Akshara, Tripada Gayatri mantra. It is in 3 lines, 24 letters, 8 letters in each pada. So this Tripada Gayatri mantra would be advised, Upadeshinchabadu, as we say, and completely given by this priest and father together to Vatu. Mostly the father gives when priest is repeating, the priest is saying, father repeats and he advises, he gives this Upadesha to his son, the Vatu. That should be given in the right ear. It is to be spoken in the right ear of the Vatu by the father. So at that time of Brahmopadesha, a very big cloth is covered over the heads of all 3 of them, the priest, father and the Vatu, so that other people should not see that actually, because it is Brahmopadesha, most secret and sacred incident, occasion. And also at that time drumbeat would be made loud, so that any other persons, whoever are talking outside, those words should not reach and disturb these 3 people. And the mantra for priest and father is advising to the Vatu also should not be heard by others. So it is the Upadesha only to this Vatu. So, and this that is why at that time that Sannai Medam, as we say, Sannai Medam and drum beats, they would be played a little loudly, very loudly we can say, so that these mantras would not be heard by others. And outside sounds should not disturb them, so they are keeping this. When this Upadesha is over, then again they remove that big cloth, white cloth, pancha as we say. So they are keeping Jira Jaga. Actually in this Upanayana Samskara, all process is important. Even then 3 most important events are there. Jira Jagari paste, keeping Jira Jagari paste is the at that Subhamurta Samaya is most important. Then second one is Brahmopadesha and Gayatri Mantra Upadesha. Together 2 Upadeshas would be there. Brahmopadesha is there, then Gayatri Mantra Upadesha, both together is Brahmopadesha. Then third one is Bhiksha Vandana and Matru Bhiksha. Matru Bhiksha got special significance. Among these three, the most important and powerful event is Brahmopadesha. So Brahmopadesha is offering the Gayatri mantra Japa Phala along with the preaching of Tripada Chaturvimsati Akshara Gayatri mantra by the father to the son. So till that time, what all japa the father did throughout his life till that time, that Gayatri mantra japa phala should be handed over and poured over this Vatu. That is called as Brahmopadesha first. Then advising this Gayatri mantra. So these two together is called as Brahmopadesha for Brahmin Vatu. So the actually for this also the Vatu must make a request. He must completely hold the feet of priest and request him to advise him the Gayatri mantra. Similarly, the Vatu must fully hold. First he must bow down, then completely held the both the feet of father, then request him to preach him this, give him Brahmopadesha. And also this Gayatri mantra, as we say, which is Savitri mantra. The name of the mantra is Savitri, Savitru Mandala Machavarti, we say. We are through that mantra, they are praying Savitru Shakti of Sun God, Bharga Shakti of Sun God. But because that mantra is in Gayatri Chandas meter, it is called as Gayatri. So the Vatu should pray and request that Savitrim Pho Anubruhi. Pho means hey father, hey guru. Savitrim, Savitri mantra, may means to me, Savitrim Anubruhi. Anubruhi, Bruhi means please tell me, speak me, give me this Gayatri mantra. So at that time, those mantras are being advised to him. The first mantra father gives through priest, father gives to son is for Brahmin Vatus mainly. Suprajaha prajaya bhuyaha, suviro viraihi, suvarcha varchasa, suposhaha poshaihi. These mantras will be made by Vatu to repeat while father is saying 3 times the Vatu must repeat it. This is called as Brahmopadesha. Along with this Brahmopadesha, Tripada Chaturvimsati Akshara Gayatri mantra called as Savitri mantra would be given to him along with Vyakrutis. Vyakruti, V-A-Kuru. Kru is the root of this word. V and A both are upasargas. V means Visesha, A means A Samantat, totally, completely, perfectly. Kru, Hara means to take away, to carry away. That immense power which carries away, takes away the not this Vatu towards Brahman, this Jiva to Brahman is called as Vyakruti. And also that power which pervades all 3 worlds, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka. These 3 are the Vyakrutis. In fact, Sapta Vyakrutis are there. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, Janoloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, we say. They are called as lokas, lokyate iti lokaha. Because we see they are called as lokas. They are called as Vyakrutis. But at the time of this Upanayana, 3 Vyakrutis they would be given. First of all, in the beginning, only 3 Vyakrutis were there. Later, one great sage, he invented, that is, he visualized, he saw, he became Drashta of Mahaha. Mahaha is 4th Vyakruti. So that Mahaha itself is Brahman. Later, some other Maharshis visualized and they became Drashtas of So all these others, so they are called as Sapta Vyakrutis. So this Suprajaha mantra is given first and then following by Gayatri mantra along with three Vyakrutis, Puhu, Puvaka, Swaha or Suvaka, both are same. Puhu means Bhuloka, earth. Puvaha, Puvarloka, Antariksha, the sky, atmosphere, as we say, that which is invisible but visible, which gives accommodation to all the objects. Avakasham dadati iti akashaha, we say, that itself is antariksha, we say, where all these stars, planets, everything, they exist, antariksha. Then third one is suvaha, swaka means swarloka, swarga, as we say. Swarga means we imagine Sudharma, that Devendra, Sapha is there, Devendra, gods and all are sitting. Saphas are there, but they are not visible. But sun god, he is called as Jyumani, Jyuloka. So all that is, Jyu means Kanti, Kanti Loka, Jyuloka. So thus three Vyakrutis. After this, when this process is completed, giving Upadeshas of both the mantras, then Brahmachari, the Vatu, proclaims that he has become Brahmachari. Brahmacharya Magam. So I will follow Brahmacharya Vrata. Now I have become a Brahmachari. So the Vatu says Brahmacharya Agam. Brahmacharyam means I will, Charya means Chara, that is to be in Brahman is Brahmachari. Brahmani charati iti Brahmachari, we say. He has become Brahmachari. Then the Acharya, the Guru, priest asks him certain questions. Then Vatu replies for all the questions as yes, I will agree. Yes, I will do. Like that only he has to give a reply. So after this process, certain yajnas, kratus would be performed by the priest with this Vatu. That is, he makes this Brahmachari perform certain yagas, keeping all samitas, etc. in the fire. When the Vatu holds both the feet of Acharya and also his father, and he requests Savitrim Bho Anubruhi, then the Brahmagaru, as we say, the priest, he gives this Savitri mantra to him, which is in Gayatri Chandas, to this Vatu along with three Vyakrutis, but sometimes they may give with Sapta Vyakrutis also now at this time, because they are existing. So that mantra is called as Savitri, Savitru mantra. The power of sun is given to him to be prayed by and acquire that power of sun. So that is also called as Bharga Shakti. Panjanat Bhargaha, we say. Panjana is frying. Just as the Thanya, which suppose we fry them, even they will not get sprouted. Even if we, in fertile land, we pour them, water is there, sunlight is there, even then they will not sprout. Similarly, all our vasanas, Purva Janma, Sanchita karmas, they should be completely burnt away by the process of our way of living and our way of thinking. So that power, this Gayatri mantra japa got such a power to completely dry away and make the vasanas get faded away. So they need not have to give a rise again. So the Vatu, if they do follow sincerely, then with Nishkama Karma, they do all the works. Naham Karta, Harihi Karta, we say. Whatever we are doing only our duties with the Paramatma's Adesha, and also I am not doing through the instrument of this Upadhi, Paramatma is doing. And the result, the fruit of the actions also, we must offer to God. So those who do with such intention, even the works which we are doing at present, they will not give rise to any sort of fruits, because we are completely offering these fruits to Paramatma. And we are not doing, we are only instruments in the hands of Paramatma. So whatever is done, whatever is thought, everything is of God. So the result also goes to Paramatma. So because the previous vasanas are burnt completely, and at present prarabdham bhogato nashyet, we are suffering or enjoying as per the prarabdha karma. So sanchita karma got burnt, then prarabdha karma we are enjoying and suffering, so it is completely nullified over. Then the fruit of the actions which we are doing now will not come to us, because we are not doing. The result we are offering to Paramatma. So thus one can get liberated. When karma kshaya is there, no more karma exists, the jiva need not have to take birth again. He can get liberated, moksha. And this mantra, this Gayatri mantra we are saying is called as, actually it is Savitri mantra, but it is called as Gayatri mantra because it is in Gayatri Chandas. It is also called as Saraswati mantra. Saraswati, because Sru, Sara is the root for the word Saraswati. Sru Sara means to move, moving. That is why we say Saraswati river, the water flows. Then through Sara, the knowledge also passes through generation to generation, from guru to disciple, Sishya, from father to son. Like that, the knowledge passes. So this Saraswati is Jnana Adhisthana Devata, means knowledge only. So that knowledge that flows from generation to generation, from one person to another. So this Gayatri mantra is also called as Saraswati. 3 names are there to the same mantra. So all these vidyas, education, the branches of education, everything is Saraswati, which is handed over to all humanity one by one through generations. So now let us know about the greatness, the Visishtata of Gayatri mantra. Because we said in Saptakoti Mahamantras, Gayatri mantra is Mahutkrishta. It is the great and the best, and so powerful, most sacred, and very secretly it should be given. It is called as Guhya Vidya, Rahasya Vidya, Rahasya Mantra. So it should not be uttered by anybody at any time, in whatever condition they are, as they like. They should never utter this mantra. There are certain rules and restrictions. When this mantra is advised, Upadesha is done, so they only are eligible to utter this mantra, do this mantra japa. And that too, when they take bath, when they are physically, mentally, they should be pure. Shaucha is very important. Sitting at a particular place, each direction, they must do Sanchya Vandana, then recite and repeat this mantra, do mantra japa. So that's the rules they must follow. So only those who got Upadesha are eligible to do this mantra japa. And for those to whom this Upadesha is not there, to the 4th Varna people, then to all ladies, women, all the Stri Murtis, and even small children, all of them, they can recite 2 Purana Gayatri mantra slokas are given by our Maharshis with so much compassion on us. So they can be recited by anybody, but when they are pure physically, mentally, sitting at a particular place. These mantra slokas also as powerful as that of that Chaturvimsha Chakshara Tripada Gayatri mantra. So these mantra slokas also should not be uttered whenever, however, in however condition they are, by whomever they like, whenever they like. There is niyama. These are also mantra slokas. Yo devaha savita asmakam thiyo dharmadi gocharaha prerayet bharga yettasya tadvarenyam upasmake sarva chaitanya rupam tam adyam vidyam cha dhimaki buddhim yanaha prachodayat. It is exactly like Gayatri mantra only. So these we can do japa of these mantras, we can recite. The meaning of this Gayatri mantra, these two mantra slokas are original Gayatri mantra also. We pray, I pray that the power of sun, the Bharga Shakti, which is pervading Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Suvarloka, all 7 lokas, Sapta lokas, Vyakruti, which is the best luster of sun, should incite me, my buddhi or our buddhi, our intellect, to move in proper direction, in a proper dharmika way, dharmabadha marga it should be led. That is, proper ideas must come to my mind. Tanme manaha Shiva sankalpamastu, we say it is in Veda, it is Veda mantra, the same prayer of course. So, Bhanjanath Bhargaha, we said Bharga Shakti is that power which completely burns the Janma Janmantara Sanchita Karma Phalas, Vasanas fully, and also it incites, which incites in our intellect, our buddhi, alochana shakti, in proper, to travel in proper Shreyo Marga. Shreyo Marga and Preyo Marga, both the margas are described by Maharshis, Paramatma, in Kathopanishad. Shreyo Marga, and that is Savitri mantra. So this 24 letters Gayatri mantra is called as Gayatri and Savitri and Saraswati, and we worship Gayatri Mata during morning hours. We say it is Gayatri mantra, and we worship Gayatri, Mother Goddess Gayatri. Prarthana shloka I already recited, Mukta Vidruma Hemanila Tavala, at the beginning of our Upanayana Samskara. That Gayatri, then as Savitri during afternoon time, because sun shines with his complete power during afternoon time. So when he is at the head of us, in the middle of the sky, shining with all his full powers, this mantra, Gayatri mantra, is called as Savitri mantra. Then during evening time, that is why Trikala Sancha Vandana is needed. During evening time, it is called as Saraswati. So Saraswati mantra. Gayatri, we say Gayatri mantra. Gayantam trayata iti Gayatri. Whoever are singing, reciting, doing japa of this mantra, that mantra protects them. Gayantam, one who is singing. Gana, we say. Tra means to protect. Trayata, trayate, rakshana. It is Gayatri. Because it protects, it is called as Gayatri, which protects them, who, those people who worship her and recite that mantra. Na Gayatriyaha param mantram namatuh paradevata. There is no other mantra equivalent in power to this Gayatri mantra. There is no other goddess other than Mother. Our Mother, Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi, said Sri Ramachandra. So Mother, there is Kuputro Jayeta Kvachidapi Kumata Naphavati, they say. Such is the greatness of Mother. Even though we never ask anything, Mother takes care of, gives birth to us, takes care of us for the sake of our welfare. Mother does so many sacrifices also. So as soon as the Upanayana, this function is celebrated, then onwards this Vatu, the Brahmachari, should start to do Gayatri mantra japa and do Sanchya Vandana and Agni Karya. These three together is called as Sanchya Vandana. So those who got this Upadesha of this mantra, they if do any other chanting of any other mantras after doing Gayatri mantra japa, they can get more power. But suppose they neglect, they do not do Gayatri mantra japa, but do the japas of other mantras, they will never get any fruit of that mantra japa. So when this Gayatri mantra is given to a Brahmin Vatu or three Varnas Vatus, this becomes the most important, and priority should be given to this only. This one mantra is enough. There is no necessity of any other mantras at all. This one Gayatri mantra, if served properly, can give such a power to that person who do this mantra japa. The body fully becomes mantra maya. That is, though it appears as if it is a male human body, that is not normal ordinary body. Whatever words that person says become true, either good or bad. If he curses also, it comes to occur. If he blesses also, becomes as a boon. So then that sort of person will possess such spiritual power which is more than hundreds of atom bombs blasted at a time. So such power is there in this Gayatri mantra japa. If they do properly as per accent, as per the rules laid down in the Shastra, if they do as they like, the power will not come to them. Normal power comes. So those who got this Upadesha must do Gayatri mantra japa first. When this Chaturvinshaty Akshara Tripada Gayatri mantra is recited properly as per Swara, Udatta, Anudatta, Swaritas, then the Shabda Prakampanas would be coming. They make the body become lustrous, and the mind also gets bloomed and elevated and becomes very powerful. So that sadhaka, and also this mantra japa creates positivity, positive thoughts, and all sattvika bhavanas would come to him. Then they bring a sort of alaukika ananda anubhuti also. While doing this mantra japa, that person enjoys a lot with his mind and soul. So such a person realizes himself and becomes Atmaveta, Atma Jnani, Brahma Jnani. So he becomes so powerful that he can control the whole world, whole universe, if he wishes. So Shrutimata says, Vedamata, Gayatrim Chandasam Mata, Stutamaya Varada Vedamata. Vedas and the Smriti Granthas, they praised a lot the greatness of Gayatri Mantra, the Mahima, the power of this Gayatri Mantra. In several ways they praised. In Manusmriti also, all the Smriti Granthas praised Gayatri Mantra. Tripya evatu vedepyo padam adu duhat etad aksharametam cha japan vyakruti purvakam sanchayur veda vid vipro veda punyena yujyate. The three padas of Gayatri Mantra are the essence of three Vedas. Tripyaha evatu vedepyaha padam udu duhat. That is from Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samaveda. The essence of the three Vedas is taken and put as three padas of this Gayatri mantra. So na Gayatriyaha paro mantraha, there is no other mantra equivalent or greater than this Gayatri, as powerful as that of this Gayatri mantra, we can say. Samasta sapta tantupyo japa yajnaha param smrutam. Himsaya anye pravartante japa yajno na himsaya. Tasmat japaha sada sreshtaha. Sarvasyat punya sadhanat evam japaparaha sancham bhaktya upasita yo dvijaha niyamena sada gachet rushitvam natra samshayaka. There is no doubt at all. Among all the yajnas, japa yajna is the best. Japa yajna, doing japa, mantra japa, that's all. We take the 108 seeds, beads, garland, then starting from the beginning, that Kalki Puja would be there, that should never be crossed. So from while uttering, once the one bead should be taken like this inside towards us. So thus we have to do mantra japa. Gayatri mantra, then among all the yajnas, japa yajna is the best. The dvijas, twice born people, all these three varna people, and also even the birds, they are called as dvija, twice born. The birds are in the form of egg first and then the bird comes out. So they got Dvijatva. All the Brahmins or other Vatus, whoever are being this initiated this mantra, they does Sanjha Upasana. That then they can become Rishi, a sage also. So this Gayatri mantra starts with the word Tat. Om of course is Pranava. That Pranava, Omkara itself is the Mula, Bija, origin, it substratum, everything. From that Omkara only, all the letters have come, letters of not only Samskrita Bhasha, all the languages of the universe, world, they all came from Omkara only. Then Nama, Nami, the objects and their names, everything came out of Omkara. So the whole universe emanated from Omkara only. So it is proved and explained in so many Upanishads, especially in Prashna Upanishad. Very excellently they explained how Nama, Nami, everything came out of Omkara only. So this Gayatri mantra, every mantra is to be recited first by Omkara only to indicate that with whatever letters or aksharas, whomever God, in whatever forms, everything we are praying, we are worshipping, praying only the Nirguna Niranjana Parabrahman. So this Omkara makes it clear that through these Namarupas we are worshipping Nirguna Paramatma. That is why in the olden days also, during 11th to 12th century, Shaiva, Vaishnava, so many hatred was developed among them. Though both of them are devotees of God only, they are unaware of the fact that Shiva Keshava is Abheda. Shivasya Hrudayam Vishnu, Vishnusya Hrudayam Shivaha. Both are same, but they fight now also, of course. So both of them, and not only two of them, all Shanmata people, they keep this Omkara only. 7 Sapta Koti Mahamantras. To each and every mantra, Omkara is to be kept in the beginning. Then only that becomes mantra. Otherwise, that becomes Nama. To any divine name, Rama, Krishna, any name, if we keep Om at the beginning, that becomes a powerful mantra. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha, we say Om Ram Ramaya Namaha. Om Ramaya Namaha itself is Mahamantra. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, like that we say. So this japa we must do, and then this mantra japa is one way of reciting and then praying. Then Antaryami, that Nirguna Niranjana Paratattva, transcendental ultimate reality we say in English, which pervades the whole universe, which is transcendental and immanent. Immanent means which is existing in the universe as Antaryamin, residing inside, passing through that the whole universe. That power is being prayed for by this Gayatri mantra. So by Sancha Vandana Upasana, all the sins of that person would be burnt completely. The physical, mental illnesses, Athi Vyathis we say. Athi is mental worries, Vyathi is the disease that comes to the body. So they will never approach this person mostly. Due to prarabdha, if it comes, even then they will have the power to, if they want, they need not have to experience the diseases at all, but they will not do. If they allow the prarabdha to complete and vanish, that is why even Paramacharya Swami got fever. Even then, he took complete head bath, dipping in the river. Then he did all Trikala Sancha Vandanas also, everything, and worshipped that Chandramauliswar Swami Puja. Ramana Maharshi or even Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, though they are Mukta Purushas, yet due to prarabdha, whatever has come befallen on them, they experienced and let it go away. So then this Gayatri Mantra Japa, that makes the sadhaka come out of raga, dvesha, moha, such bad qualities would not exist in them. They cannot exist. So they leave that person and go away. So aham mamas would not be there to that person. Raga means too much attachment. Moha is infatuation, will not be in them. So this Sancha Vandana, whatever sins we do would be completely washed away as soon as this Sancha Vandana is performed. And they obtain spiritual power and get liberated. At the in Sancha Vandana mantras, the same is there. Yadratriya, whatever sins they did during daytime would completely vanish when they do Sancha Vandana in the evening. Whatever mistakes they did during night time, next day morning when they are doing Sancha Vandana, they would vanish. So like that. Sarabhutastu Vedanam Guhyopanishado Mataka Tapyaha Sarastu Gayatri Tisru Vyakrutayas Tatha. Gayatri Veda Janani, Gayatri Papanasini, Gayatriyastu Paran Nasti, Divichehacha, Divicha Ihacha Pavanam. So Iha means in this sloka, Divi means in the Swarga, heaven. So Gayatri Mahamantra is the essence of all Vedas and Upanishads also. By the Aradhana of Gayatri Mata, one gets Karya Saphalata, success of the work which he starts, any endeavor, he gets always success. He gets Parakrama, becomes valorous, yoga, meditation, Ghanata, he will get Kanatva, greatness, Jnana means knowledge, Tejas, Tejaha means luster, Rakshana, he would get protection, Dhi Shakti, Buddhi Shakti, intellect, Dharma Nishtha, and Satyanishta, to be firm in uttering Satya and doing Dharma. Then Dharana Shakti, Dharana, keeping in memory whatever he has recited, studied. Then Dhyana, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. All these stages would come to him automatically. Then he would develop Spurana Shakti, remembering power at proper time. Whatever is to be remembered, he remembers. Then Sputatva, speaking clearly without any mistakes and exactly correctly. Then Jagruti, awakening. He can get awakened. The soul, Atma, would be awakened. Then Sahasa, he would be very brave and he can do any work without any fear at all. Then Dura Darshitva, they say one who can see into long future of the whole nation, of our Sanatana Dharma, of the mankind, or of the deshas, or himself and family, anything. Then Viveka, he would develop discriminative power to know what is good, what is bad. Then Niranjanatva, he would not be touched by anything, tilted. Even though he appears as if he is doing all the works, he is indulged in all feelings, he expresses love, affection, hatred, everything as per the circumstances, yet he is not at all being touched by him, just as the water drops on lotus leaf. So that is the power of Gayatri Mantra Japa. It gives all these good qualities, virtues. Then Vishwamitra Maharshi is the drashta of this Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mata is prayed with the sloka, Mukta Vidruma Kema Neela Thavala Chaya, etc. That sloka. At the time of starting of this Sanjha Vandana, every person has to do this sloka japa and recite this mantra. Whatever mantra a person gets advised, Upadesha, the Adhisthana Devata of that mantra should be prayed by in the form of jhana sloka. So the priest, while narrating and reciting the mantras befitting to the context, sandarbhojita mantras we say, makes the Vatu hold palasha danda, the stem of palasha tree, and then which is the symbol of jnana, palasha. Once all the gods, they came under a moduga tree. Palasya vriksha means moduga tree. So there under the tree, all of Palasha vriksha, all the gods, they discussed about Para Brahman, the ultimate reality, and Para Tattva. The tree also listened with utmost interest, attentively. So that tree is called as Sushravaha. Shuru means to listen. Srava, one who has heard. Su means well, perfectly. The tree listened to that very attentively, carefully. So that tree is named as Sushravaha. So then onwards became a very pious Samhita, which can be offered into fire during yajnas. Yajna yagadi kratu acharanas into the fire. And a branch of that, such a pious, powerful tree, Moduga Chettu, that would be taken, used, that would be held by this Vatu in hand during this Upanayana Samskara. So, and auspicious occasions also we use this Palasha Danda. The Vatu holds this Palasha Danda while saying Susravaka, Susravasam Mam Kuru, Hey Susravas. Because you have heard all the Vedas carefully, you make me also as powerful and capable as that of you to listen to the mantras of Vedas and acquire the Veda mantra Sara gained by me. So, O Palasa tree, O goddess of Palasa tree, you belong to gods. Just as you have received the essence of Vedas, I will also receive the essence of Vedas. Please bless me. Like that, he must pray first. Then, throughout his Brahmacharya Vrata Diksha Kala, the Brahmachari must hold Palasha branch in his hand, that danda. Then with the firm intention that he would be as strong as the top of that stick. Brahmins hold Moduga danda, Moduga, Palasha danda. Then Kshatriyas hold branch of banyan tree, Marri Chettu as we say in Telugu. Then Vaishyas hold the Medi Chettu, the stick of Medi. So this it is said in the Shastras, in all Gruhya Shastras, they are given. Palasha Dando Brahmanasya Nayagrothas Kanthajaha Avanyagro Rajanyasya Badara Audumbarova Vaishyasya. So now the Vatu Brahmachari should give a Padi Avu, as we say in Telugu, a milky cow with the calf to the priest as Guru Dakshina. In the olden days, so the money is only in the form of Padi Panta, we say. So Dhanya they offer, then the cows they offer. So that custom is still coming now also. So though not physically the cow, they are giving money at the place of this cow. But if possible, cow is to be given, that would be very great if that person who receives that can take care of the cow. So, cow is directly the form of 3 crores of gods. All gods reside in the body of this cow. So, it is called as Visvajanani Gomata. So, the cows are the wealth of living beings also, especially for all human beings. It is due to the Panchagavyas of cows only we are able to do all the yajnas and all, the drinking the milk, only of the cows, people are surviving, small children, aged people and all. Then cow milk, cow ghee, cow dathi, curd. These three are most important. And go maya, go jala. Even they are very powerful and used as herbal medicines to cure so many diseases which cannot be cured by normal these medicines. So the priest, after taking this godana as dakshina, he must recite Omkara 17 times, so that the dana, he has taken dana, a little sin would come to him. That would be warded off by uttering, reciting Omkara Japa. And also by reciting, repeating Omkara, he gets power, spiritual power, and that Vatu also who gave this dana, this power will blesses him when this priest blesses that person. So Acharya Saptadasha Krutvopasya bless the Vatu to live long with knowledge. So this Omkara Japa phala would be again imparted into that Vatu by the blessing of the priest. Now 27th point is out of 35 or some points we said 33. 27th one is Suryopasthanam. The priest brings Vatu outside and shows the sun god shining in the sky and says, Asavadityo Brahma. This sun himself is Brahman, ultimate reality. The Savitri Devata of Gayatri Mantra is that Bharga Tejas shining in the sky in the form of sun, the round sun, whom in fact we cannot see, should not see directly, and asks this Vatu to do pranama to that sun and bow down to that sun. And this Vatu must pray, Tat Chekshureva Hitam Purastar Shukramucharat Pashyema Sharada Setam. We must see 100 Sharat Kalas, that 100 years. Jivema Sharada Setam, we must live for 100 years healthily, happily. Nandama Sharada Shatam, we must rejoice 100 Sharat Kalas, years. Prabravama Sharada Shatam, for 100 years we must be able to speak properly. Ajita Syama Sharada Shatam Jokcha Suryam Drushe. So for 100 years we must live happily, safely, without being afflicted. So we should be able to see sun god for several years. We must be, that Vatu must pray all these Veda Vakyas and praise God sun to bless him with luster, longevity and knowledge. So after this, the priest takes votes from the Vatu that then onwards the Vatu would lead a very systematic life, and he will not eat or sleep or wander hither and thither as he likes. Ahara niyama must be there, Nidra niyama should be there. Now the Vatu must follow the words what Guru says. He has to ask Bhiksha and offer that Bhiksha to his Guru. Then whatever the Guru gives him, he must take that. And if Guru permits him to eat, he can eat. So every day he will be doing Sanchya Vandana, Agnikarya, Gayatri Mantra Japa and Veda Achena. Triyahametam agnim dharayami ksharalavan varjanam cha brahmacharyasya upasena iti anusishyam vatum guruhu badhamityeva sarvatra pritibruya tato vatuhu. So all these niyamas would be told by the Guru, the priest, and then Vatu says Badham, I will follow. The priest says, now onwards, you must get up at Brahmi Muhurta. Vatu says Badham. Yes, you should not eat whatever you like, whenever you like. Yes, Badham. Like that, he gives so many rules. Kshara Lavana Varjita Anna must be eaten. Only Satvika Ahara, roots, fruits, like that. So what all instructions the Acharya gave, the Vatu accepted. and said Badham. Okay. Then the priest asks Vatu to go and get Bhiksha from his mother first and then father, then followed by all elders, grandparents, and then all relatives, near people only. So, because then onwards the brahmachari has to eat what he gets as alms, as bhiksha. That bhiksha also should be given to the guru. What he gives, he must eat. So, the Vatu should say his pravara and ask for bhiksha. Then for that the right hand, left hand should be in the touching the left ear. Then over that left hand, right hand should be kept, and he must put the he must hold right left ear with the right hand and right ear with the left hand. So thus he must hold and then say Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, Bhavan Bhiksham Dadatu. First of all, he must speak about his pravara and then say his name. Tato Gurum Mataram Anyanscha Vruthan Namaskritya Bhiksham Yachayet. He should ask women as Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. Gents, male persons, men as Bhavan Bhiksham Dadatu. In the ritual of this Upanayana, the most important features are there so many, but out of them, the most important items are for this brahmachari are Agnikarya. The procedure of doing this Agnikarya, Agni Aradhana, to know the meanings and also to practice them in life and to get Brahmopadesha, get Gayatri Mantra Japa, and then do this Agnikarya. Then later, Parishechana, as we say at the time of eating, all these must be made known to this boy, Vatu, during this Upanayana Samskara. Then this Bhiksha Vandana. So all the relatives and friends would be waiting eagerly for this incident only, this Bhiksha Vandana Karyakrama. So wearing very auspicious yellow garments, yellow cloths, wearing a bag that hangs down from the right shoulder of that Vatu, and that is called as jole in our Telugu. So a sort of bag in which the people would give bhiksha to him. He holds that and then gives hands over that to his guru. So holding that, then he must take that palasha danda in hand. So in this that is at this dress, he must approach all the mother first, father next, and all other relatives. So keeping that jole on right hand, keeping the pancha shikas over the head, and keeping the vibhuti and pottu at the face, on the face, then wearing the earrings. That Vatu looks very handsome, very beautiful, lustrous, and appears as if he is Bala Parameswara or Bala Vatu, like Vishnumurti Vamanavatara, like that they appear to us, and all the people become very much happy by seeing the face of such a beautiful appearance of the Vatu. So slowly this Vatu approaches his mother and then say, holding the ears, of course, he says his pravara and then requests her to give bhiksha, bhavati bhiksham. That is actually bhavati bhiksham dehi. Dehi means please give me. Da is the root there also. So thus he when asked for bhiksha, the mother must give bhiksha to him, and with a, in the olden days, with golden bowl they used to give, and whatever bowl the mother gives the bhiksha, that goes to the guru, because asking the bhiksha from the mother or any person, the Vatu has to hand it over to guru. So the bowl with which the mother pours the rice into the jole of the person, this Vatu, that bowl goes to the priest, even now, that custom is being maintained. So that bowl nowadays with silver bowl we are doing this. That bowl, some people with mice, there should not be misers at this time. With small bowl they pour the rice. That's not good. With a little big, not very big, with a little bigger size of bowl, silver bowl should be taken, even though it has to go to the priest. And with that bowl also fully, the rice must overflow from the bowl. That is how the rice must be poured in that. 2 times the mother pours into the jole. Then for the 3rd time also, it should be overflowed with the rice. Then with that she puts, along with the rice, that bowl must be kept in the that jole of that vatu. And then the vatu has to give it to the priest and take his blessings. The food, the rice the mother is giving, matru piksha, this would give food to this vatu as long as he lives on this earth. So one should not be misers at that time. So normally it should be of normal good size, and normally people put a little few rice. That's not good. It must be fully filled and overflow must be given to the vatu. So suppose that vatu's gotra is Haritasa. Suppose his name is Anirudh. Then he must say the pravara like this, holding the ears. He must say Chetusagara Paryantam Go Brahmanebhyaha Subham Bhavatu Angirasa Ambarisha Yavanasva Triyarsheya Pravaranvita Haritasa Gotraha Apastamba Sutraha Krishna Yajurveda Shakhathyayi Aniruddha Kumar Sharma Akampo Abhivadaye Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. Thus he must ask his mother, then later saying the same pravara, he must ask his father as Bhavan Bhiksham Dadatu. So thus everyone should be, they should say their own rishis, Triyarsheya, Pancharsheya, Saptarsheya, like that the rishis names are there as per their gotra. They must recite everyone. The Matru Bhiksha got not only that significance said above, but it is that Bhiksha which prepares a sort of blessing to the son, because whatever food the Vatu is eating, that turns into vigor and power and knowledge. So that Matru Bhiksha gives knowledge, strength, spiritual power to the Vatu and long life to him. And also, as long as he lives, he can get sufficient food. So they should give a very good bowl of bigger size filled with full rice. So after giving Matru Bhiksha, the mother puts a gold ring with a stone to the finger, right hand finger, this finger, ungaram velu, as we say, finger, ring finger. Then that ring the Vatu must keep, and he can keep it, though not other ornaments are allowed for this Vatu, that he can keep. And normally in our custom of Andhra people, that ring which mother gives at the time of Upanayana, that should be presented to the wife, bride, by this bridegroom, this person at the time of marriage on first night. The wife must be given by the husband this ring as a gift. So this is also there in Shastra. So as per Shastra, normally whom all other people also, people like us, if we go to the Upanayana of any person, we must carry our rice from our house, and our rice we must give to that Vatu, not their rice to him. So this is the custom. Till now, the moment I came to know about this through Shastra, since all these years, we are following the same. Wherever we go for attending Upanayana, I carry rice from my home only. Then that fan, Visanikara, as we say, then one Jensha Yajnopavita, because after Upanayana, he must change that Yajnopavita for Upakarma. Then, if possible, one Rudraksha for worshipping and then Japa. Like that, certain things which are, and if possible, a Kamandala. So all these we must give. So they must invite Brahmin people, Brahmins only, because whatever they give as bhiksha should be taken by the Vatu. So I already spoke about this point in the beginning. So if anyone wants to celebrate Nandikeswara Nomu, they can do it at the time of Upanayana of a Brahmin boy. So after this Bhiksha Vandana, a good food should be served to all with all Panchapaksha Paramanas. We say a good feast must be given, so that those who came, they must become happy and blessed. It is the duty of the priest and the father of the Vatu to teach him how to do Sanjha Vandana. Once this Upanayana Samskara is done, then how to do the three main important features of Sanjha Vandana are Arghya Pradana. Offering Arghya is most important. Gayatri Mantra Japa, Suryopasthanam. These three. Then some people do with mudras, some others they do not follow mudras. But with the mudras, if they do, that would be more powerful, says the Shastra. The greatness and importance of Arghya, giving Arghya, is given in the Shastras. A certain Mandeha Rakshasas did penance and got boon from Prajapati Brahmadeva to fight with sun god and to stop him. By the power of that boon, they always afflict the sun god from moving in the moving and coming. So, but the water which is purified with Gayatri Mantra Japa, if the sadhakas, they pour that water over the sun, that is towards east direction, that stops, makes these Mandeha Rakshasas go and fall at a far off distance. By the time again they come back to sun, somebody must do Sanjha Vandana and pour that water and sprinkle water. That is why Trikala Sanjha Vandana is given. So Gayatri Abhimantrita Jala, this works as a Vajrayutha and throws the demons away to a far off distance. The demons, if they want again to come, it takes one, that is from morning to midday time, then midday time to evening. So 3 times they must do Sanjha Vandana. Now, Abhijil Lagna, we say exactly at 12 noon when the sun is at the head of us, that is Abhijil Lagna, they must do. At the early morning time at Abhijil Lagna, then during evening time before sunset and closing sunset, they must do 3 times. So all these at the time of this Sanjha Vandana, Arghya Pradana and with Upasthana mantras, they praise and they do the stotras of gods and they do namaskaras to all Dasha Dishas, the gods, residing deities. Then they bow down to all the Maharshis, whoever are residing in between Ganga, Yamuna, Nadis, in between that place, and also all over Bharatavarsha. Whoever Maharshis are there, they must bow down. So this Sanjha Vandana, Agnikarya with and then Mudras and Samid Homa, they are all important. Then Parishechana also. So after Agnikarya is over, the parent should arrange for Sadasya Veda Mantra, Brahmana Asirvachana. Mostly in all our rituals, we request our Panditas, Ghanapatis, Veda Parayana should be done, they do. And whoever do this Ghanapatis, recite the Veda mantras, the mother, father along with the Vatu must honor them with proper dakshina along with tambula, fruits, flowers, then cloths. That is important. Then Metha Janana must be done on the next day. That Metha Janana Karyakrama should be performed at the root of Moduga tree. then which is suppose that Moduga tree is not available, this Palasha Danda can be put somewhere, and there they can do this Samit Homa, then Homa Kunda. They can do this puja, and after doing this Metha Janana Karyakrama only, this Upanayana Samskara is considered to have come to close. So at that time they must worship Pranava Devata, Shraddha Devata, Metha Devata with all the due mantras. After Shodasopachara Puja, Naivedya should be given, then Harati must be given, and they must pray. This Vatu must do pradakshinas and salutations. Now after that puja is completed, then the priest removes the Raksha Bandhana which he has tied to the hand of all these three, mother, father and Vatu also, so that they become free. Now this is the procedure of Upanayana Samskara, which is very secret, sacred and great. And then onwards the Vatu enters into Brahmacharya ashrama, becomes Brahmachari. Now Upakarma is also a part of Upanayana Samskara only. So we do Upakarma as part of Upanayana. This Upakarma is that karma which is done at the time of sending the Vatu to Gurukula for Veda Adhyayana. So the Brahmacharis who want to start Veda Adhyayana will perform certain kratu along with their acharyas. That karma is called as Upakarma. This Upakarma should be performed on the morning time of Shravana Paurnami, only on Shravana Paurnami. That comes after the Upanayana, performance of Upanayana Samskara. Even nowadays, after Upanayana, parents are making their son to do this Upakarma on Shravana Paurnami. That comes after the Upanayana immediately. So, Shravana Paurnamasyam anena prekarena kuryat. It must be done like this. So, Yajnopavita Shravana Paurnami is that is Vatu must change, and parents also, they must change that Yajnopavita and do this Upakarma on Shravana Paurnami. This is also called as Janchala Paurnami. That Yajnopavita is called as Jantyamu in our Telugu. So on this day, everyone, they change their Yajnopavitas. On Paurnami day, moon shines with all 16 digits, kalas. So in the same way, the Vatu also must shine, should shine with perfect knowledge. Acharyaha Sishyai Saha Nadyam Snatva Darphasanaseenaka Darpantarayamanaka. The Acharya along with Sishyas takes bath, then gets Darpa, sits on the seat made with Darpa. Then they start doing this process of worshipping all the gods. First Ganapati Puja, then all the Maharshis Pujas, then Gayatri Mata's Puja. At the time of Upanayana, the priest tells Vatu about Vithis and Nishethas, what are to be done, what are not to be done. This Vatu accepted, but because of childhood, the Vatu might not have followed certain rules. So once again, the Guru reminds him of that, his duties. Then Vatu worships with the instructions of Acharya, worships Navakanda Rishis, fire god Agni Deva, Vishwe Deva, Sagumkiti Deva, Yagniki Deva, Yajna Sambandha Devas and all. After completing the full procedure, the Acharya or the priest blesses the Brahmacharis, Vatus, Samuhika Upakarmas also can be done, one to one also it can be done. Then he takes them all the Vatus to Gurukula along with him. Then onwards, he starts Veda Vidya, the children start Vatu start Veda Vidya Adhyayanam. With the Agni Sukta only, the priest starts Veda Vidya. Agnimi ile purohitam yajnasya devam ritwijam hotaram ratnathatamam. Like that, many mantras are there in Agni Sukta. First, Vatu must worship Agni Deva, then only any other education of the Vedas, Veda mantras. Agni Sukta is the first Sukta of Rigveda Prathama Mandala. In our Sanatana Sampradaya, elders start to teach reading and writing with Aksharabhyasa Samskara. Then to begin to begin Veda Adhyayana, gaining Brahma Jnana, they celebrate Upanayana Samskara with Upakarma and then send their children to Gurukula. The Sishya serve Guru, consider Guru Patni as the mother, Guru as the Guru, father, mentor, everything as God himself, Parabrahman. They must serve and follow their words and commands and gain the knowledge through teachings. Now they study Shastras by Sravana, Manana, then they must do Nididhyasana, Dharana, Dhyana. They must be capable of getting Samadhi Sthiti, where they can visualize themselves, Atma Jnana and Brahma Jnana they get. So after all this completely, when the education is over, for either 12 years or 16 years or 20 years, staying at Gurukula, the Guru never takes even a single pai as fee from any of these Vidyarthis, disciples. But once they complete their education, Veda Vidya Adhyayana is over and Guru permits, then on Ashadha Paurnami day, they have to offer Guru Dakshina to Gurus. Without giving Dakshina to the Guru, even if they receive Jnana, that Jnana will not yield any fruit. So, Guru Dakshina must be given to show the gratitude to Guru. And then, when the Acharya, the Guru permits, then the Vatu can go home and mother and father, parents make him get married and enter into Grihasthasrama. Then again they have to start Gurukulas. What all they have studied and acquired, the knowledge, Veda Vijnana, that knowledge must be taught to disciples. Thus, through Parampara, Guru Sishya Parampara, our Sanatana Dharma Tejas, the Jnana Rasi, must be protected and taken care and passed on to generation. So with the chanting of Gayatri Mantra, everyone should uplift himself, themselves, and uplift others also. Swayam Tirtva Paran Starayati, by spiritual knowledge. So, and that spirit of that mantra japa protects our Sanatana Dharma, entire Bharata Desha and entire mankind of the whole world. So our Sanatana Dharma should shine well with Brahmi Tejas and Kshatriya Tejas also. That is the knowledge and protection. So with both, and protect our Sanatana Dharma and our Bharata Desha and all Bharatiyas and all human beings. Swasti. Now Upanayana Samskara we could complete today. In the tomorrow we will start Samavartana Samskara or Snataka Utsava Samskara. Swasti for today. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Makishaha Go Brahmanebhya Suphamastu Nityam Loka Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti.
Swasti. Dhanyavadalu. Padmaja garu, can you do the pradhana, please?
स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महीसाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यश्यालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सदनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
Swasti. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Dhanyavadalu, Padmaja garu. Now I request Venkatnarayan garu to do the national anthem, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
Okay, thank you very much, Venkatnarayan garu. Due to paucity of time, I am leaving now, so we don't have any question and answer session now. So we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. I close.